Hey everybody, have you heard about this right here yet? If you haven't yet, you most likely will. We're going to be bombarded by this here for a while, I believe. Here's the headline: BRICS gold-backed currency will benefit Iran and weaken US dollar, Iranian official says. So, in August, they're going to have a summit with the BRICS leaders, and you're probably going to see more and more news about this as that summit starts to come around. So, just in a month, I mean, this no time. But if you don't know what BRICS is, of course, it comprises Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, hence BRICS. Now, this is what this particular headline is talking about. So, Rasul Musabe, Assistant Foreign Minister and Director General of the South Asia Department of the Iran's Ministry of Foreign Affairs, stated Sunday that a common BRICS currency backed by gold will benefit Iran and weaken the US dollar. So I don't know how social media oriented you are, but a lot of the South African president's speech was released just a couple months ago now, where he says that if you're invested in the dollar, you're going to be in for a rude awakening here pretty soon. And this right here might have to do with that because these countries right here might not need, the what's considered almost like an international currency of the dollar. They might be doing their own thing. And it's backed by what many of us watching this channel right now all love: gold. Many of us thought that we're going to see a gold-backed currency in the near future, way before we're seeing it now. And these other countries possibly are going to make it happen. Very interesting. What will something like that do for the price of gold, which is teetering around 1925-ish, 19 and a quarter right now as of the making of this video? It's my belief that it's going to make it jump up. And what's going to happen to companies like Gold Mining Inc., who are, have all these projects out there that are mining for gold or looking for gold, holding on to gold within the ground? Most likely, what's going to happen? They're going to come up with it. I mean, if gold shoots up, let's use a magic number, $3,000 an ounce because of a gold-backed currency, these companies right here could see significant growth. It's very, very possible. Now, listen, I'm not a financial advisor, as you all know. I mean, you have to know that by now, right? I'm the guy on YouTube that looks at stuff just like you all need to be doing your own research, finding out about this stuff, and making investments if you believe it is right to make. Gold Mining Inc. sponsored this video. Very appreciative of them, and they've allowed me to give you some information about their company. I've actually talked about Gold Mining Inc. before when it did its IPO, which is an initial public offering of its stock price. And now, the dust has settled a little bit after the IPO. And now when the gold is kind of coming down a little bit, it's dropped almost, a little bit less than $100 in the last couple months. And that was before all of these big news stories are about to be coming out about the gold-backed currency. Gold Mining Inc. and other companies that are mining gold or finding gold, they tend to kind of follow that trend too. Gold starts coming down, they come down a little bit with it. And sometimes that's a good time to get into these things, right? Buy the dip. Anybody? No? So what is Gold Mining Inc.? Basically I'm just going to, from their website, use some of their information, and I'll have that information down below in the description of this video. Their stock ticker symbol, which is GLDG, and it's nice because it's on the NYSE, or the New York Stock Exchange, so it's super easy to find, super easy to invest in. If you have any exchange out there that you're working with, you'll have no problem finding GLDG or Gold Mining Inc. on there. So they're involved in a few things, right? So they have investments, large investments in Gold Royalty Corp. And so Gold Royalty Corp is one of those companies that kind of like loans money out to miners, right? Gold miners and companies that are out there searching their areas for gold, explorers, you can call them. And basically when they find gold, then part of the resources or money for that commodity is given back to Gold Royalty. So it's basically like a loan service, right? Also, U.S. Gold Mining Inc. is another big strategic investment that they have. So they are big on gold-related companies, Gold Mining Inc. is. Now, they also have a bunch of projects. And one thing I thought was very interesting is if you look here on their website now, you can see that they are heavily invested in Brazil when it comes to projects, areas where they're looking for gold. And that's interesting because Brazil is part of BRICS. So when that gold-backed currency starts to become a reality, what's going to happen over here? I think it's going to be a big deal, ladies and gentlemen. I personally think that. Also, they have projects in the United States, Canada, Colombia, Peru. So they're kind of all over the world. I mean, and they're branching out. That's one great thing about Gold Mining Inc. is when they see the downturn, right here, I'll show you too, the little bit of a downtrend in the price of gold, they can come into some of these areas and buy up these spots where, it might have been more expensive before, but they use it to their advantage to get some areas cheaper, I should say, at a good price. And as an investor, you should appreciate that because that just adds more value to your portfolio when a company does that, right? So basically what's also nice about Gold Mining Inc. is because of all these strategic investments and all these projects they're involved in, there's gold all around these areas that they're invested in. And it's basically like a big safe under the ground, just waiting, right? When gold starts to come up to, let's say it goes to $3,000 an ounce or gold goes to $5,000 an ounce, which people believe is going to happen very soon. How soon? I don't know, the coming years or so, and especially if this gold-backed currency is a reality, you're going to see something like that probably sooner than later. But people believe it could go that high. So what's going to happen with all of that gold sitting in the ground? Oh, it's coming up, ladies and gentlemen. They're going to get that stuff out lickety-split because they're like, hey, that's value sitting there just wasting away. Might as well go ahead and grab it out of the ground. It's going to be something that I think a lot of people, if there's a gold-backed currency, what's going to happen if only BRICS, the companies work, or the companies, they're basically companies, let's be honest, the countries that are working together that formed BRICS, if they make this gold-backed currency, you're going to see people all over the world, just like years back when there was a gold craze. It's going to come back, ladies and gentlemen. You're going to see people out there panning for gold like crazy out in streams everywhere, just trying to find little bits and pieces, going to the beach trying to find little pieces. It's going to be really, really interesting for gold if that comes into play because the United States, in my opinion, in response to another group of countries making a gold-backed currency, they're probably going to have to bring it back too, because let's face it, inflation has hit us hard. The dollar is weaker than it has been like ever. It's just you don't get much for your money right now, right? So there needs to be something backing our money. It can't just be based off of a promise, off of a, hey, our country's strong, because right now most countries are not really strong. They've had some significant damage done over the past few years with especially COVID. I mean, that's one of the big things that's happened recently. So what's going on right here with Gold Mining Inc.? Well, in the past, they had a big-time buy rating, of course, and a price target of $6 a share on this stuff when it was just $1.26 a share. And that's basically because they are holding on to so much gold in the ground and throughout these other companies that they're invested in. There's so much gold available. You're basically getting gold for, I don't know. I mean, right now, if you did the math and all the stuff that they have that they believe is in the ground, for just a few dollars per ounce, basically, is what it equates to. So that's why they have such a high price target, because there is so much hidden value in Gold Mining Inc. That they have to increase their outlook on it and then put a high price target. I mean, it's kind of interesting. And I think it's also interesting. Here is their current price right now, 92 cents, which they're coming down off of their IPO. Again, their initial public offering, which those things, the IPOs, they're inflated. People, get excited about a company. They come in as a little higher, and then some time passes and it teeters off. And then if the company's good, if it's doing the right thing, boom, it starts to skyrocket again, potentially. or at least come up. So that's all possible, I think, if you see an increase in the demand of gold because of a gold-backed currency, and also if gold price rises, which will probably rise based off of a gold-backed currency. So look at this right here. You see this nice downtrend, and there's a little gap right here, little low spot, and then it's just peaking up just a little bit. I think if we see a move in gold, we're going to be more around this level right here soon, in my opinion. It's all speculative. It's all based off of what I think in my research. But I think you're going to see a nice little healthy uptick, especially in a company like this that's easily tradable because it's on the New York Stock Exchange. It's not something you have to try to, get with a special a stock exchange to try to find, or broker. You don't have to worry about that stuff. You can just get right with any broker out there. Even online ones should have no problem finding a company like this on the New York Stock Exchange because it's easily listed. So I think you're going to see companies like this that have that going for them, plus have all these projects right here going for them. So much in the way of gold just sitting there waiting to be taken. You're going to see potentially you're going to see some healthy increases, and I'm excited for it. I'm invested in this myself. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that, but I think it's a good idea to, diversify. And I'm a big fan of holding gold for sure, but that doesn't mean that I'm not going to invest in a company that also holds gold. Never put all your eggs into one basket, and so don't put all your eggs into the physical basket. But you want some stuff that's potential out there too, and this is one of those companies I think that has a large potential the way I see it. I think I've talked about the directors and the managers that they've had here before. Some big names, Amir Adnani, he's done a lot when it comes to being vocal about gold, and he's a big fan of uranium too. If you are a uranium fan, I know a lot of my viewers actually, as something different between the precious metals, they are big fans of uranium and the potential there for the growth of uranium. So again, he's that guy. He knows metals and their importance. And David Garofalo, talked with him before. Very, very big names over here and a lot of experience, 30 years experience, 40 plus. I mean, these guys know what they're doing. And if we see this right here, if we see the gold-backed currency come from other big countries, just you wait, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, hold on to your pants, because your gold that you've been holding, that you've been putting some faith in, you've liked it over the last few years, but you're going to love it. You're going to love it over the next few years. So anyways, again, down in the description of the video, check out the links that I'll have. Like I said, I'll have the Gold Mining Inc.'s website down there below, so you can click on that, see for yourself, do your own research. Of course, I beg you, don't just rely on me or somebody else. Look into it for yourself. Look into that BRICS gold-backed currency. Keep an eye on that, especially in the next couple months or so when they start to talk about it more and more, because that is very interesting. Also, I'll have the stock ticker symbol easily to view down below right there, GLDG, and the New York Stock Exchange. So the American Stock Exchange should be no problem finding that. And I just appreciate you for actually giving it a chance, looking into it, and doing your own thinking, because that is so important with what we do, is investing in yourself by doing your own research. It doesn't take much time. I mean, you can look into this stuff here and there on, a work break, or, you sit on the couch having a cup of coffee, do a little look-see into some of this stuff. And if it looks like it's right for you, you know what to do. Anyways, I got to go for now. I definitely appreciate you for watching and thinking about something like this. And tell you what, man, you're going to definitely see more on this channel coming up about this headline right here, because this is huge. Got to go for now. Appreciate you for watching. I'm out.